A unique art style, fun combat, and a story that doesn't distract from the thrill of slicing people's throats from the shadows. That's what makes Mark of the Ninja exceedingly enjoyable to play. On sale last week for less than $4, Mark of the Ninja's been around for a while, but I was never interested enough in it to pick it up before a Steam sale. Had I realized sooner that it was made by the same folks who made Don't Starve though, then I would have been more than happy to pay full price. In Mark of the Ninja, you play as, what else? A ninja. With a mark, no less. Surprise, surprise. The mark is a special tattoo whose ink originates from a mysterious plant, the source of which is shrouded in legend, and, when properly applied, grants the wearer equally mysterious powers. With these powers, of course, comes a whole host of issues. Each time the mark is used, the receiver must swear to kill themselves when the task they took on the mark for has been completed, lest they be consumed by the inherent evil that resides in the tattoo. This fairly interesting story really isn't necessary for a game with such great gameplay, but it's nice to see a backdrop plot that doesn't fall into the same old ninja cliches that we've seen before. Designed by Cly Entertainment to fill a gap that they saw in ninja-based stealth games, Mark of the Ninja fills the gap and then some. Hiding in the shadows and sneaking past enemies is an absolute must in the game, but at no point do you feel underpowered compared to your enemies. While they're outfitted with body armor, guns, flashlights, and shields, you're able to crawl up walls, throw smoke bombs, and perform silent executions. It's not exactly a fair fight, even when you're outnumbered 20 to 1. Now, when I first started up the game and saw that all of the control tutorials assumed I was using an Xbox 360 controller, I was somewhat perturbed, since I like using the keyboard and mouse way more than I do a controller. After key mashing for a few minutes to try and decipher the keyboard controls for what I thought I was being told to do on screen, I relented and connected to a controller. Nearly instantly the game felt much more natural, and this 2D platformer became more of a murder art form than a side-scroller. If you're going to play this game, make sure to do it with a controller. You'll appreciate it a lot when you're trying to match on-screen prompts, and everything feels much more natural when you're crawling, running, and jumping around. The weapon and item selection that you can unlock is somewhat sparser than I would have expected, and it would be nice to see a few more lethal and distraction options available to use. What's there is fantastic though, and there are so many different ways to exploit your tools and the environment that I had to pause the game on more than one occasion because I was laughing so hard at the intricate way I managed to take out a guard. Throwing down a silent spike trap directly under the feet of one guard, who then dies, which causes his two friends on either side of him to freak out and shoot each other in their panic, is truly a sight to behold. Moments like that happen often in the Mark of the Ninja, giving you plenty of entertainment to go along with the occasional frustration, which you will face from time to time, believe me. Rooms filled with too many enemies to pass, and traps and puzzles that are seemingly impossible to solve will crop up, but don't take so much effort to solve that they make you want to just give up on the game. That room filled with enemies might have an alternate entrance in the floor, letting you slaughter the guards wholesale before continuing. Or that puzzle might just require pulling a lever just out of sight on the other side of the room. None of the problems placed before me were too hard to solve in more than a few minutes of gameplay, but I still felt a healthy dose of satisfaction upon doing so there was more than enough challenge involved. A unique and fun side-scroller, Mark of the Ninja is one of those games that you might have overlooked, like I did. If so, you owe it to yourself to try it out. The main campaign only takes a few hours to complete, but the great art style, item unlocks, secret levels, and Game Plus feature will keep you coming back to it time and again. I'm Mike, this is Game Night with Mike. Thanks for watching, I'll be back again soon.